Hello, ninjas. I didn't make videos for the last while. I decided to forego punishment in favor of making this Wednesday video for you guys. Hopefully you find this appropriate placement.
This is a map of Washington, where we took our road trip. The yellow highlighted parts are where we drove. I know. We started the road trip here, and then we drove and drove and drove, and this is Seattle, right here. We drove and we turned, and this is where we stopped. This is Olympia. It is the state capital of Washington.
And then we went to the Parliament buildings there, where I had pretty much the only fail of the road trip. I slipped on the ground and fell on my butt.
So we didn't stay there. We continued to drive and drive and drive and drive and drive until we got to this place. It is not in Washington, so I'm going to flip the map now. This is Portland.
Portland is pretty much the coolest city I think I've ever been to. Like, I don't even know what to say. That'll make you guys believe how cool Portland is, so I won't. I'll just make you go there. I'll kidnap you and take you there. And then we took to the coast.
We left Portland and we drove on this little road here, which is the only time my feet touched sand the whole time we were gone. That is Pacific City,
which, like most of the places we went, there wasn't much there. And indicative of the rest of our trip, it was pouring with rain.
I'm sorry if this is like crappy graphics, but I'm doing this in my bedroom with a folding atlas and some post-it notes. So, yeah. And we drove up and up, and we went to a bunch of places on here trying to find a place to sleep.
But every single place we went to was rather expensive, even the motels, because apparently we're on the coast now.
This place up here, it was something. Yeah. That's where Alex made her video in Seaside. So she already told you how awesome it was. Okay, now we're going to go back to Washington. Prepare yourselves, because it's going to be epic. Alright, back in Washington. And then we drove and drove basically through all this really long highway, which was really beautiful because there's all this trees and stuff. We saw the sign for the biggest spruce tree in the world, which is cool. That's where we slept, in Quinault. Probably can't read this at all. That's cool. Okay, so we stopped in Quinault and we camped for the night over this beautiful lake that was really nice. So we leave Quinault and we drive and we go to Queets, which did not even notice that happened. Up here is La Push, right there. We didn't go there, so I'm not going to put a sticky note, but it's there, right there. Okay, and then, if we didn't stop in La Push, I guess you can bet where we did stop. That's right, people. We stopped in Forks.
Forks was basically just a tourist trap. There were about 5 Twilight stores on the main street, and every other store had something that was like Twilight gimmick.
So we're driving on a little yellow line, and this is Port Angeles,
which was a fail. It was nothing like in the book. There was no boardwalk, there was no department store, and there was no Starbucks breakfast sandwiches.
But we did stay there the night. Okay, so then we're driving, and we go to this cool place called Sequim, and it's spelled Sequim, but it's Sequim.
Lavender farm, awesome. Beautiful, just beautiful.
So then we kept driving, and for our last 2 nights on the trip, we stayed in Seattle. But yeah.
We stayed at the Westin, which was a letdown compared to the place we stayed at in Portland.
And then we went home.
For this video, since it's a special occasion, I'm not going to do my segment or my challenge, although I do know you challenged me, Brienne. So yeah, Gina, I'll see you tomorrow, and you guys will see me again on Friday.